back to an episode of the Unscripted Podcast. It's been a long time, but we're back. I'm here with my co-host Edward. As always, I'm Eduardo, and we are back. It is the NFL season, just started. Um, but man, Edward, it's good to be back. It's good to have the NFL back. It's good to have football back.
I mean, it doesn't feel like maybe without football, it felt like an eternity, but now that week one's still going on, but week one's finally passed.
Mhm.
I guess, yeah, now you can say football season's here. It feels like it now, maybe after we finally watched the games. It just didn't have that, I guess, aura feeling of,
Once it starts getting a little colder, like fall time, you get that, get like it's football season again. But I mean. Football is back and it had bangers of games, a lot of games. We had Thursday night football, we had Friday night football, uh, games basically every day, man, and it was a lot of great games. What's your takeaways from week one of the NFL? Any overreactions, anything?
I'm not necessarily the overreact type after seeing the first week of football. I'm still of the mind that it's still week one. Teams of all 32 teams in the NFL, 16 of them have wins, 16 of them don't. So I still see it's a balance, but there's still plenty of time. And even at any point in the season, any team can get hot. So
Yeah. Yeah, let's just jump right into it. Um, Honestly, week one it started with the Eagles and Cowboys. Eagles won that game 21-24. Let's just go real quick. Surprisingly, the Cowboys played really they stepped up and they played really well. Obviously, the first game without Michael Parsons. Um, but quick takeaways from that game.
quick takeaways, Eagles can still run the ball. The offensive line's still pretty tough. And the Cowboys, they didn't let what was going on with the whole Micah situation stop them from going out there and playing. Dak played
Offensively,
really well.
yeah, offensively they got weapons and they can surprisingly that run game. Nobody expected them to have a run game, but Javante Williams stepped up. He had two touchdowns. But yeah, man, the Cowboys, you know. Just don't sleep on them. I'm not gonna say they going to make the playoffs, but I think they can win some games. I think the Michael Parsons situation is done. I think they should be fine. They still can't stop the run.
It's still
They did,
interesting that,
yeah.
yeah, it's interesting you brought up the Cowboys, their first game, week one of the season, NFC East division, NFC East rival. Now in week two, they play New York, another NFC East division rival. So
Yeah,
that division, it's gonna get interesting, but
yeah. We'll get to that division. Obviously, um, the second game of week one was the Chiefs and Chargers was a Friday night game in Brazil in
Sao
Corinthians.
Paulo.
Yeah. It was a really good game. Um, What is your thoughts on the game? Obviously, the Chargers won. A game which, knowing what you go know about the Chargers historically, it's a game that they normally will lose in that fourth quarter. It was looking like that during the fourth quarter that the Chiefs were kind of bouncing back, but I think the Chargers really played it well, and Justin Herbert played tremendously. I think there's always been a knock on him that he's not top five or not top five quarterback. There's always a knock on him that he just can't get it done, this and that. Justin Herbert has always been played well.
Mhm.
His
He
time
did. He
in
played
Los
well.
Angeles.
Yeah, he played well in this game, and I feel like he is a good quarterback. He is one of the quarterbacks. He is one of the top 10 quarterbacks in the league. The thing is just like how he performs in the playoffs has also been like that cloud that's kind of holding him over to kind of like really, I guess, ascend in that conversation.
Yeah, I would say the last playoff game against if I'm mistaken, Houston, I think he did not play his best in especially in that towards the fourth quarter. But obviously the defense both times, especially that game against Jacksonville when they lost, that comeback Jacksonville made, it was like 2 years ago, 3 years ago. The defense also didn't really step up in that game. But it's just been a knock on him constantly, constantly that he is not. one of the best quarterbacks, and he has shown. Maybe people don't see Chargers games, but he has really stepped up. Obviously, with Jim Harbaugh as the coach, helps a lot. He hasn't had the best coaches in his career, um, but I
Still got
think
some
this,
Staley PTSD, I see.
yeah. But he balled out 25 to 34, 300 threw for 318 yards, three touchdowns, and he ran for 32 yards, especially since ended the game with that slide. He looked so happy he's sliding to finally know that he beat the Chiefs. Um,
I mean, it's interesting you say that because Jim Harbaugh football's really been all about like establishing the run game. I saw Amari on Hampton. He finished with 48
rookie.
yards. Yeah, the rookie, and Najee only had 5 yards. But I mean, it's interesting this game in particular how the Chargers won. They actually won throwing the ball more. You got two Quentin Johnson touchdowns,
Finally.
and old familiar face Keenan Allen.
Yeah, I mean,
And
it
I'm
was
using the term old lightly.
yeah, I mean, like I said, I think me coming to this game, I thought they were going to run the ball heavily. Obviously, Jim Harbaugh is going to pound the rock. Obviously, with the offensive line, we did lose our left tackle Rashawn Slater. Was out for the season. But I really thought they were going to run the ball, especially with Amari Hampton, Najee Harris. But hey, they changed the game plan, and I think the Chiefs also weren't prepared for Justin Herbert to throw the ball, and he balled out. And I like this. Like that they were like, you know what, let's go win the game. Threw the ball, they were aggressive. Um, Obviously now he has some really good receivers as long as Quentin Johnson stays consistent and shows why he was picked. I think in the first round, was it 3 years ago, 2 years ago, something like that. Let's see, Lad McConkey. Obviously he nobody can stop him. Keenan Allen, obviously coming back, should have never left last year, but he left. His route running is incredible. It's amazing. Him and Justin Herbert still had that connection. Um, but I'm really happy with the defense also. Um, they were able to stop the Chiefs, especially in the run game and the passing game. Wasn't really the
I
best
mean,
night for Patrick Mahomes. They
I
got some pressure
mean,
to him.
I don't know if you can necessarily say that he did. I mean, Mahomes, he had 24. He went 24, 39, 258 yards and a touchdown. And
Not what
old
we're
man,
they're accustomed. You know what I mean? Not what we're accustomed to
yeah.
seeing the Chiefs. You know what I mean?
He
But
also and he did run. He did run it in for I think two scores, I believe.
and that's the thing
No,
with
no,
with
one score. I'm sorry.
yeah, like it just like with Mahomes, it's like you can get to him, but he can still use the legs. You're threatened when he escapes the pocket and he's running. You don't know whether to try to get him because he's gonna able to throw the ball or he can run it. And that's how they
Yeah.
that's how they scored. That's how he scored that touchdown.
Yeah, this kind of goes back to what I said earlier. It's still week one, and even though the Chiefs lost the game, Mahomes magic, it's it's hard to believe. Like, I think he's in year 9 now. It's almost really been 10 years of this, and he's still. I still remember like it was yesterday when he just got on the starting, but yeah, the Mahomes magic is still there, even when he was falling down. Still got that. He still converted that play. I
And
know
it's
you were
kind of
probably
yeah,
you were getting kind of nervous when that happened.
because it's like we're so accustomed to seeing it. Just like, man, can he just not like does it just really happen? Can the defense just get to him? But like I said, it's usually a game where the Chargers lose. They make mistakes, but they were really aggressive. And that one play where Justin Herbert slid, um, Chris Jones and Frankel had a disagreement towards the end of the game. I guess Chris Jones, uh, I guess Trenko told him that you were supposed to do your job. I guess he wasn't supposed to be aggressive, but that's why they paid Chris Jones. He was supposed to just contain Justin Herbert, and he rushed Justin Herbert. That's how Justin Herbert was able to go around, and he called game.
Yeah, I mean that's just general defensive miscommunication. So obviously it's something they're gonna try to clean up and just figure it out. But that's how fast the game of football is.
Yeah, and like I said, it's week one. We're not gonna say, well, this is the Chiefs. But what I would say, and I think I told you this season, the AFC West is very, very tough division. Um, We'll see what happens. I don't know if this is my take. I don't think the Chiefs win the division this year. I think the Broncos what they did last season, um, the Raiders surprisingly they beat the Patriots. Nobody really expect, but they had Geno Smith is there. Um, so and Pete Carroll as a coach. But I don't know. I don't think the the Chiefs win that division. That's just me. Um, I don't know what you're thinking.
Mm, I mean, the Raiders and the Chiefs are the only teams that lost in that division so far. So,
Yeah. No, the Raiders won.
no, I'm sorry.
The Chiefs were the only
The
one that
Chiefs.
yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. I keep forgetting the Broncos are in that division too.
Yeah. But yeah, before we're gonna end this right now. That smack that Tart did to Travis Kelce.
You just
Look,
had to get that one in, don't you?
yeah,
Didn't
yeah.
you?
I mean, look, I love this post. His post was it's so funny. I'm too swift with it even in Brazil, and I love it. I love, but that's football. That's what I think like her fans. It just like it's a part of the game. You know what I
So
mean?
you're
When you're in the game, people might be a little like the heat of the moment. Like Travis Kelce did push him. Obviously, he shouldn't have hit him, but it's the heat of the moment in the game. It happens during the game all the time. Let's say they weren't even together. Her fans wouldn't have ever attacked him. And I saw the comments. They're pretty bad. And I'm just like, man, just leave the guy alone. And I love that he's just playing into it. Um,
I mean, I don't feel.
Tart Tart.
I mean, I don't really know if you should really be endorsing. I know of like having your personal life spilling out to like on the field. Like the man just got engaged. I don't know. I don't know all about. I don't know all about that.
But I'm just saying, just let's let it, it's just it's all part of the game, you know. I feel like they should have never like go in the comments and say some stuff. It's all part of the game. It happens here in the moment. But yeah, we're gonna move on and talk about a certain team that obviously you represent. Um, let's see. Hold on one sec. All right. So we're gonna talk about your team, Pittsburgh Steelers. It was a lot of a lot happened this offseason. A lot things happened. We didn't record anything during the offseason, but
We
man,
went all in. We went all
you
in.
went all in. But it's to all the Pittsburgh Steelers fans that has something to say about the Aaron Rodgers getting to Pittsburgh. I'll wait until that. I heard a lot of noise saying you guys didn't want him there. He's old and everything. And you were like, "Oh, we're gonna ride with Mason Rudolph and something like that." Aaron Rodgers balled out for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Give me your thoughts, you as a Pittsburgh Steelers fan, because some of you guys got real quiet. You didn't want to give no didn't want to give no credit to him. Aaron Rodgers balled out at the age of 41, or he's about to turn 41. The floor is yours.
Well, you call him that. We either call him Unc or Grandpa. So that's just the nickname the fan base is giving him, and I believe he's embracing it. I think there was I think when he finally met DK Metcalf, he even said DK Metcalf's a working guy. He always says yes sir, yes ma'am. And he even joked and said like, "Are you just saying that because I'm old,
Mm-hmm.
or just saying that because I'm 41?" But yeah, Unc status. He's been playing since 2005 Bush administration, and I know you probably think I've been critical of the guy. I see the stat line. I will say this. I truly 100% believe that Arthur Smith put him in a position to succeed at this stage in his career. And at this stage of his career, look, I understand he's an all-time great, but he just has to,
Four time MVP, four times.
yeah, yes, yes, I understand that. But at this stage in his career, he just has to manage the game and play complementary football. And
And I go ahead, go ahead.
yeah, the stats say 221 yards, four touchdown passes. I'm not nitpicking, but I think it's still kind of like up in the air, like how Johnny Black kind of counts as a touchdown pass. But yeah, but
He did lead that drive for Boswell to score to get that field goal.
look, I'm not taking anything away from him, but I'm also just saying like he's a component towards what the
It
Steelers'
was a
success
group.
is.
It was a group. It was a team effort that win. I think, like you said, he's at a point of his career that it kind of it the Pittsburgh was a is a great fit. Obviously, it's a it's a great organization, top class. They do everything. You say the standard is the standard. Obviously, when you're coached by Mike Tomlin, one of the best coaches in the NFL, his situation with the Jets, obviously the Jets are just the Jets, and it's been a trash of an organization and as a franchise. It just didn't work out. Obviously, he got hurt his first year there. Um, I think he got to a point in the career that he just wants to win. And like you said, Arthur Smith's offense kind of it kind of suits it complements his game, and he ran the offense really well. And I don't know if he didn't play a preseason, right? He didn't play one game of preseason, or not even one snap, right? At all. So
It would have been elder beast to put him out there, but yeah,
but like this is the first time we ever like we didn't even know what it was. This offense, we didn't know how it was gonna look. Um, you know, so we didn't know what was gonna come with that offense, but he balled out, the offense balled out. Like you said, Arthur Smith, it just didn't work out with the other quarterback, with Justin Fields and Russell. I don't know. Maybe it just didn't. Maybe they couldn't run the offense that as well
I
because
mean, it was
for
still
them.
it's still good enough to like win you games and get you into the playoffs.
But
So his how do I say it? It's not an issue of like who's under center. Like as you can see, the last three quarterbacks in that offense, they've they've shown results, but
but you guys had issues scoring points. That was the thing. You guys didn't really score that many points that much. Even last season, let me see. I'm pulling up last season. First game Atlanta scored 18 points. The second game you scored 13 points. Third game you scored 20, 27, 20. You had three games, two games in a row that you guys scored 32, 37. But then you guys had trouble scoring towards the end of the season, and that was just scoring points. That he was able to. I don't even know when was the last time a quarterback from the Steelers besides Big Ben scored through for four touchdowns. And he passed the ball really well. Basically everybody on the offense was participated in that game. DK had four catches for 83 yards. Calvin Austin really stepped up, four catches for 70 yards and a touchdown. Fryermuth, Jalen Warren got in there. Ben, how you say the last name? Swart,
ironic.
Saronic. He scored that one. He had one catch for 20 yards with that touchdown. John Smith had five catches, and Kenneth Gainwell got in there. Um,
They also had that special teams play was able to force the fumble that
yeah,
resulted in
Kenneth
the
Gainwell.
Calvin Austin touchdown. But
But
we had other acquisitions as well. Big
J-
big play J number 5. He kind of laid out kind of 5-on-5 crime.
two plays in the last drive for the Jets. He had two plays. He was able to stop a play and then obviously to end the game. Um, that hard hit on Garrett Wilson. Um, on
That
fourth and I don't know what fourth and something, fourth and long.
I think it was
Bro,
four.
just
I want to say 4-5, honestly.
yeah, he knocked out Garrett Wilson and basically called game. But that's what you guys brought it in for. Um,
Hmm.
but man, I the one thing
But
I was yeah, go ahead.
yeah, as you can see by my eye black, I'm celebrating week 1 like it's a
You're on game mode.
holiday.
Yeah.
Yep. And as a
Eh,
Steelers fan, more more winning more winning football means more Tomlinisms. And as you
Yeah.
can see from my background, I think Tomlin had an all-time one
Oh, Chris Boswell.
calling our kicker a serial killer. No,
Yeah,
Mike
man.
Tomlin, he definitely cooked with that one.
Yeah, man. But yeah, Boswell. what a leg, man. 60 yards. Reliable kicker for you guys.
Broke his own
Really,
record. It was a 60-yarder. He was able to
yeah.
get that one off in MetLife.
Especially in MetLife, man, because a lot of players over there were slipping in that game yesterday. And obviously, what happened to Aaron Rodgers, a lot of ACL injuries down there, and you know what I mean. So, um,
Look, I remember last year's week one. So yeah, we couldn't find it in the end zone, but as you can see behind me, all reliable is all reliable for a reason.
yeah,
Like
man.
this guy, he's one of one.
Yeah, man. But what I would say, man, what I would say, your defense
Yes, I was
has
gonna
to
get to
step
that
up. Your
too.
defense has to be better. The one thing the Steelers were always known for is their defense and the defense and the defense. When you finally have an offense that was able to score points, your defense has to be better. Justin Fields balled out. Nothing to take away from Justin Fields' performance. Justin
16
Fields
to 22, 218 yards touchdown, 12 carries, 48 yards, two touchdowns.
balled out, and you guys could not stop the run at
I
all.
mean,
Brees Hall,
I'm showing him love because he did save us last year, and I hope he does well in New York. But also, yeah, it was week one. You know who the ops are, and yes, stopping the run also has been it is an issue that I believe still will get worked on. Our first round pick, Derek Harmon from Oregon, that's what we got him in the first round for. He is a quality player who can stop the run. He got injured in the preseason. I probably would expect him to see him this season. I think they're just doing like their due diligence and their maintenance on guys on him since he's a first round pick. So I believe not having him kind of wasn't affecting how we couldn't really stop the run.
yeah.
I mean, yeah, this defense will still get it figured out. We still have playmakers. I think really depend on like how other teams decide to play. This defense will get things worked out. So it's still the first week. I'm not hitting the panic button.
No, you
I
got
think.
what was important was that you guys got the win, the W, especially in the division that you guys have, the Baltimore Ravens, which we're gonna get to that right now. They lost, and then probably right now it's up there for the game of the year, the game of the season. The Baltimore is and the Buffalo Bills, man. These two always give us a banger of a game, man. 40-41, crazy game. Comeback from the Bills. They were down by 15 in the fourth quarter. MVP
I
versus
mean,
MVP. Josh
yeah,
Allen versus
that was
Lamar.
that was also another thing. Josh Allen won MVP last year, and a lot of people are probably saying that Lamar should deserve MVP. And you look at their numbers, both are very, very quality numbers, but this game, even just like some of the plays he made, like this game, it shows why Josh Allen won the MVP. And also the thing with Josh Allen too that I kind of like I feel like when he like gets asked about all this stuff, like he kind of gives like the politically correct answer, plays it off,
He's
gives
a team
like pretty,
guy.
yeah, yeah, he says all the things you say, but
Yeah.
like I feel like some of that stuff, I think it does motivate him, and I think it kind of like manifests into his play.
Mhm.
But yeah, like I said, Josh Allen, he was showing why he kept making play after play that really showed why he won the MVP. Even after that, even the end of the half, that throw to Dalton Kincaid to get out of bounds.
Yo,
Like,
that play is very, very important because
mhm,
at that point, if they didn't score that field goal, who knows if they would have won that game towards the end. All these points, especially in that
mhm,
moment, it was very important. I think at that time, what was it during halftime? What was it? I don't even know. 13-20. So,
mhm,
like I said, very, very, it was a very critical for them to even get that play off with like seconds to go down, probably like 1 second for them to even score that field goal. Um, but even Lamar, man, Lamar made some plays, and that is so tricky with Lamar because
mhm.
even when you think you got him, you don't got him. And that play where he went all he lost some yardage, he was gonna lose some yardage, and I thought the Bills defense
Mhm.
got him. He was able to escape and just go around and just game for to get the first down and get more yards. Normally, any other quarterback, they would have got that would have been a sack or would have been done. But with
The key,
Lamar,
yeah, the thing with Lamar is that like I think a lot of teams do play a lot of man coverage on him, but like when that happens, a lot of guys are like staying like kind of like keying in on their assignment, so it kind of frees up the field for Lamar to like use his legs and like get that first down.
Yeah.
But it's just like he went 14 of 19, 219 yards, 2 touchdowns, and I'm trying to find the stat on his legs, but
Oh, he went for 70 yards, 6 carries for 70 yards and one touchdown.
mhm.
But the Russian man, Derrick Henry, just he left off where he did last season, man. They Derrick Henry is so fast.
18
Like,
carries, 169 yards, 2 touchdowns.
yo, he
But
is a monster.
it's
And
like everybody believed the Ravens were going to win that game up until the momentum shifted after the fumble, and
the
then
fumble. Derrick Henry was having an incredible game.
mhm.
That fumble was the turning point of that game, and it's unfortunate that he that happened to him because he was having an amazing game, and nobody the Bills couldn't stop him, and then that fumble happened, the whole momentum changed,
Yeah,
and
and going
from
back,
there on,
going back to like Josh Allen winning MVP, it's just like even after that fumble, he had 14 carries, 30 yards on the ground, and ran in for 2 scores. So it's just like, yeah, Lamar was deserving of the MVP, but it's plenty of times where Josh Allen just put the Superman cape on, and I think that was also the factor in how he won MVP. I do believe last year the voting was very, 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 very close. But
and not just those two, because then you got somebody else in Cincinnati that he was balling out, and just that he didn't his team didn't make the playoffs was also a factor. So, but like these two have been going at it, especially because these two got to go against whoever wins this guy always got to go against the Chiefs, and that's the thing for them is that they got to knock out one of these two got to go against just to get to the Chiefs. Um, but yeah, man, Josh Allen balled out. Lamar played well. The Bills they won the first game at home.
yeah, but
Both defense got to play better though. Both defense got to play better, man.
yeah, just to like, it's also where there's credit, there's also criticism. The Ravens, when they didn't convert that fourth down and decide to punt, that's also, it's funny enough that John Harbaugh started in this league as a special teams coach, but I guess mismanaging the clock and Josh Allen
Yeah.
kind of like taking care, kind of like knowing how to use the clock. It's very, very funny how that works out. But
And usually with Josh Allen, it's always the other way around where the Bills they give some to the like if they play the Chiefs, they don't go for it and they give it to the ball to Mahomes. Same thing, you just gotta do the same with Josh Allen. You can't give Josh Allen that
yeah,
much
it's just
time.
like, yeah, it's like I'm still believing that the Ravens should have went for it on fourth down and pretty
And you were calling
much,
you even said it.
yeah.
You were even telling me that they made a mistake. They're gonna regret it not going up on fourth down,
Yeah, it's
and they
like
did.
you're telling me you can't get 3 yards with that workhorse of a running back, Derrick Henry, to get
Or
just
even with
getting some
Lamar,
chunk. Yeah,
you know what I mean? Even with Lamar.
especially in that situation in that game, like you're putting the ball back in the current MVP's hands right now, right?
And he was cooking, like I said. And the offense, they got Joshua Palmer, the new acquisition. They have Shakir. They have Kincaid, James Cook. You know, they finally let him. They paid him this offseason.
Oh, and he
So
was cooking. He was cooking in the game too.
yeah,
That
he was
big
cooking the
chunk
game.
play that got him in the
like
red zone.
like I said, man, both defense they got to step up and they got to stop the run. But man, it was an incredible game. It was a banger to end the Sunday night slate. But yeah, man, we'll see. It's only week one. But let's go down, man. Let's go down just real quick just to end this episode. Um, the Colts
I mean,
they
finished
dominated the Dolphins.
33-8.
At one point it was 30-0, 30-0, man. The Dolphins, Mike McDaniel could be his time. Time is ending in Miami.
The thing, the Dolphins, I don't know what happened to them. Like they still have their skill guys on offense, but on defense, they had a good defense last year when they like made the playoffs in Mike McDaniel's first year. But I guess after some front office moves and losing some guys in free
Yeah.
agency, I think that definitely set their defense back and just
Yeah.
that's really going to be like a real
And they paid
effect.
Tua, and they paid
And,
Tua.
and they missed the playoffs last year.
Yeah, and who knows? Maybe Tyree requests a trade. He might come back to the Chiefs. Something. Who knows? We'll see. He didn't look too happy. Let's go
I
down.
mean, I still got confidence they can figure it out, but it's just a murder. It's a murderous row. Same thing with the Giants. They have a very they ha they don't have expectations, but it's kind of like those situations where you look at their schedule and just like, oh,
Yeah,
this is not going to be easy
yeah.
for them.
Speaking of the Giants, like I said, the Commanders won 21-6, 21-6. Russell Wilson did not look good. And I even told you this. It's gonna get to a point where the fans and I think they're gonna go to Jackson Dart. Jackson Dart looked amazing in the preseason. Russell Wilson looked horrible.
I
Horrible.
mean,
He did
Dable,
not look good at all. And Malik Neighbors, oh man, he was losing it. You could
he
see him on
was
the sideline.
frustrated,
He
but
was frustrated. You could see him with the towel on his head. He
mhm.
frustrated. He with that receiver that you have, he got to get the ball more. Only 5 catches for 71. He has to get the ball more.
I mean, I'll give credit to Washington's defense. They
Yeah.
also, yeah,
Hey,
they were putting pressure on him, but also the offensive line. This offensive line still has issues ever since Eli and Odell were there.
yeah.
And like they still got issues. Like it's almost been 10 years now. Offensive line they still got issues. They like I kind of was watching the tape and like Russ, he really didn't have a lot of time to throw. A lot of things were
Oh,
like in his face.
they did.
So I can't put all the blame on him. It's just like
But there were some throws where it was bad. This is the thing. Look, I think when you got a quarterback that they believe in, they believe in Jackson Dart. They think he is the guy. I think it got to be a point where if you think he's the guy, you got to put him in. There's no point. What's the point of waiting? What's the point of waiting? You're already not. They're not expecting to win to go to the playoffs or anything.
but
Just
the
put him
thing is
in.
like
Just put him
but the
in.
thing that's so crazy is like this is so consistent with the Giants every week one. Because I remember last year it wasn't their week one against the Cowboys, and that was the game like Daniel Jones just kept getting slaughtered.
Hey, but like I said, look at Daniel Jones. You kind of see a pattern where when they go to different plays, they kind of right. This is only first game. Daniel Jones played well, but I say they put Jackson Dart, and I think they're gonna put him in pretty soon. And they he Brian Dable didn't really say that
I mean,
Russ might be the starting
it's
quarterback.
confirmed now. Russ will start week 2 for the Cowboys. That's been confirmed, but
But I can see a week four week four, week five. I think maybe even week three that Jackson Dart gets in the game. His
but
name is starting quarterback.
I think it's kind of like it's a little tricky because I know their GM Joe Shane's been got a lot of heat for the whole Saquon thing, and I think like their offseason moves were kind of like to quiet the noise. But I think both of those guys, it's going to come to a point where like they're kind of coaching for their jobs, and I don't I don't know what decision they make. It's just like whether or not Jackson Dart sees the field, I feel like somebody's job could be in danger.
Yeah, man.
So, and if they don't get it and they don't have like any results to show for like their current moves, then like jobs are in danger in East Rutherford, New Jersey.
Yeah. But in Washington, man, it's the city's it. Jaden Daniels left off where he left off last season, man. He balled out. Obviously, they got Debo Sman. Debo balled out, 7 catches for 77 yards. Um, Scary Terry, they paid him. Didn't really do much that this game. He did a little bit, but not too much. But Washington, there's a lot. It's looking bright again. We'll see what happens. They got a tough schedule. They got the Packers on Thursday Night Football, and they just got Michael Parsons, and they look like the real deal in the NFC. Um, they beat the Lions, man, and the Lions did not look like
27-13.
themselves. They did not look like themselves offensively.
I mean, I actually was watching the game. Yeah, I know this final score says 27-13. There were some times I saw Jared Goff throw. Like, I still think that offense still has chemistry with, especially with him and Amon-Ra. It's just
Mm,
like they just couldn't get a run game established. Like they shut
no,
down Jahmyr Gibbs, they
with
shut
with
down David Montgomery.
with a 200 monster, they just shut it down. They shut it down.
I I know we keep saying it's week one. I don't want to write them off just yet. I
Remember,
still believe they
new
can get.
offensive coordinator, they lost both their coordinators.
Yes,
So
yes, that was a huge factor.
this is a huge thing. So we'll see. But the Packers, they look like the real deal. They do look like the real deal, especially with Michael Parsons. They look
Yeah,
legit. They are
divisional
legit.
game, but yeah, the Packers look like they came to play.
They are a threat in the NFC, man. But yeah, man, we'll see what happens. This, like I said, it's week one. Let's not overreact, but we'll see what happens in week two. And we got a long season ahead of us, man. But we'll be back with another episode next week. Stay tuned. We are back. The NFL's back. Any last words, Edward?
We're back, baby.
All right,
Back to
then.
football.
Yeah,
Love that time of year.
yeah. Till then, peace.
Goodbye.